What do we have today? We have predictions for 10 NBA games for November 16th. So, let's get started. We will start with match between Indiana Pacers and Charlotte Hornets. After dominating the Raptors 118-104, the Indiana Pacers, who have won 5 of their last 7 games, will be trying to keep their winning ways going. The Charlotte Hornets have been in a big rut, having dropped 11 of their opening 15 games overall, but they'll be looking to gain some momentum after ending an 8-game losing run by defeating the Magic on the road in a 112-105 victory. Martin, Hayward and Smith Jr. are all out for the Hornets. Duarte and Theis are ruled out for the Pacers, while Halliburton is listed as questionable. The Hornets average 108.9 points per game, which ranks them 25th in the league. It is not unexpected that they have been among the poorest teams in the league thus far, since they were without their key players for most of the season. The Pacers have had a terrible season thus far, losing 4 of their first 5 games, but they have been playing much better recently. They have won 4 of their previous 6 games, and even in those losses, they've shown strong performance. Play Indiana Pacers +3. The next match is the match between Minnesota Timberwolves and Orlando Magic. The Minnesota Timberwolves have been stuck in a rut, losing 6 of their last 8 games. However, they will be keen to gain some momentum after ending a 3-game losing streak by defeating the Cavaliers on the road 129-124. The Orlando Magic have split their past 6 games and have been in decent form, but they will be looking to rebound after beating. The Magic, as always, have at least 4 players on the injured list. Today they are Moritz Wagner, Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, and Gary Harris. They are all ruled out for this game, while Wendell Carter Jr. and Paolo Banchero are listed as questionable. The under is 4-0 in the previous 5 meetings in Orlando, where the Timberwolves are 1-4 against the spread. The Timberwolves are fully straight. Despite having several excellent players, the Magic are still the same team as the previous season. Although the Timberwolves continue to struggle on both sides of the floor, it appears like they are making progress. Play Minnesota Timberwolves -6. The next match is the match between Oklahoma City Thunder and Washington Wizards. The Oklahoma City Thunder, who have dropped 5 of their last 7 games overall, are in a rut and will be looking to rebound after coming up just short against the Celtics on the road in a 126-122 defeat. The Washington Wizards have been in excellent form, winning 5 of their last 7 games overall. They are anxious to extend their current winning run to 4 games after thrashing the Grizzlies 102-92 at home. DeLon Wright is listed out for the Wizards, while the Thunder ruled out Tre Mann and Darius Bazley. The Wizards are averaging 107.5 points on 47.2% shooting and allowing 110.6 points on 45.4% shooting, while the Thunder are averaging 111.7 points on 44.2% shooting and allowing 114 points on 46.1% shooting. Though the Wizards played well in their past 5 games, I had higher expectations for them. In every one of their games that I saw, I also had the impression that they triumphed not by a higher performance but rather through greater luck than the opponents. The Thunder is the most encouraging find of the year and a complete surprise. Yes, I agree that they don't always win, but they play fantastic basketball, and it's always fascinating to watch them play. Play Oklahoma City Thunder +6. The next match is the match between Boston Celtics and Atlanta Hawks. After eking out a 126-122 victory over the Thunder at home, the Boston Celtics, who have won 8 of their last 9 games, will be keen to extend their winning streak to 7 games. After dominating the Bucks 121-106 on the road, the Atlanta Hawks, who have won 5 of their previous 7 games, will be hoping to keep their winning streak going. The Hawks are full straight, while the Celtics are listed Malcolm Brogdon and Marcus Smart as questionable. The Celtics are averaging 119.5 points on 48.4% shooting, and allowing 113.5 points on 46% shooting, while the Hawks are averaging 115.2 points on 46.8% shooting and allowing 113.6 points on 45.4% shooting. Both of these teams play excellent basketball, especially on the defensive side of the court. In the previous 4 head-to-head encounters, the under is 4-0. Both the Hawks and the Celtics play excellent basketball and are entertaining to watch, as I have stated, but it appears to me that both teams peaked too soon. Although I can't predict how things will turn out in the future, they look to be the league's top two teams right now. Play Boston Celtics and Atlanta Hawks in the 234.5. The next match is the match between Miami Heat and Toronto Raptors. The Miami Heat, who have won 5 of their past 7 games overall, are in excellent form and will be going for their 4th straight win after outlasting the Suns in a 113-112 triumph at home. The Toronto Raptors will be aiming to gain some momentum after squeezing past the Pistons in a 115-111 away victory. They have split their last 8 games and have been in decent form. Victor Oladipo and Tyler Herro are both ruled out for the Heat, while Bam Adebayo and Dwayne Dedmon are listed as questionable for this one. For the Raptors, Precious Achiuwa, Pascal Siakam and Otto Porter Jr. are all ruled out, while Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. are both listed questionable. The Heat are averaging 110.5 points on 45.5% shooting and allowing 109.8 points on 47.6% shooting, while the Raptors are averaging 111.7 points on 44.5% shooting and allowing 109.4 points on 47.7% shooting. I've said it before, but the Raptors are not the same squad with or without Siakam, but I don't think it will make much of a difference in this game. Despite the Heat's 3 victories, I wasn't impressed with their recent play. Their basketball up to this point has just involved wrapping the ball while they wait to see what Jimmy Butler would do. There aren't any high hopes for this game, but despite their injuries, I think the Raptors can prevail. Play Toronto Raptors plus 1.5. The next match is the match between Cleveland Cavaliers and Milwaukee Bucks. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been stuck in a rut and will be seeking to end a 4-game losing streak after losing to the Timberwolves by a score of 129-124. The Milwaukee Bucks, who have dropped 3 of their previous 4 games, have also been in a slump and will be looking to get back on track after being well beaten by the Hawks in a 121-106 loss. Jarrett Allen and Dean Wade have been declared out by the Cavaliers, while Donovan Mitchell is still a game-time decision. Chris Middleton, Wesley Matthews, and Grayson Allen are all out for the Bucks, and Jrue Holiday and Pat Connaughton are all listed as questionable. The Cavaliers are averaging 116.6 points on 48.3% shooting and allowing 107.4 points on 45.6% shooting, while the Bucks are averaging 111.9 points on 44.1% shooting and allowing 105.8 points on 43.6% shooting. The loss of important players has been a concern for both teams. Without Jarrett Allen, the Cavaliers' ability to play effectively, particularly on defense to save their rim, is significantly diminished. It is tough to predict who will win this game, but I think that both teams will have a lot of turnovers. The game will be played at a slow pace. Play Cleveland Cavaliers and Milwaukee Bucks under 221.5. The next match is the match between Chicago Bulls and New Orleans Pelicans. The Chicago Bulls are in a slump as they have dropped 4 of their past 5 games. After losing 126-103 to the Nuggets, they will be looking to snap a 2-game losing streak. The New Orleans Pelicans are playing 2 games in a row. They have been in a good position, having won 3 of their last 4 games overall, and they will be going for their 3rd consecutive win after thrashing the Grizzlies 113-102. Kobe White and Lonzo Ball won't be available for the Bulls once more, and the Pelicans have listed Zion Williamson as questionable for this one. The Bulls are averaging 112.2 points on 45.6% shooting and allowing 110.2 points on 47.1% shooting, while the Pelicans are averaging 116.5 points on 47.9% shooting and allowing 113 points on 47.1% shooting. The Bulls are rested and ready to play in New Orleans despite their recent setbacks. The Pelicans play competent basketball and have a strong bench. This year, Brandon Ingram is the primary player for the Pelicans, and when he plays well, the whole team plays well. Even though I had fun watching the Pelicans play, I have to admit that they played the Grizzlies in a challenging game yesterday. Although I think the Pelicans will play hard in this game, I think the Bulls can cover the spread. Play Chicago Bulls plus 4. The next match is the match between Houston Rockets and Dallas Mavericks. The Houston Rockets have been in dreadful form, losing 12 of their first 14 games overall. They will be looking to snap a 3-game losing streak after being thrashed by the Clippers 122-106. The Dallas Mavericks are playing 2 games in a row. They have been in excellent form, winning 6 of their past 8 games, and they will be going for their 3rd consecutive win after holding off the Clippers at the home to win 103-101. Tate won't be playing for the Rockets once more, and Javier McGee and Davis Bertans are listed for the Mavericks as questionable. The Rockets are averaging 109.9 points on 43.8% shooting and allowing 117.8 points on 49.4% shooting, while the Mavericks are averaging 110.5 points on 46.8% shooting and allowing 107.2 points on 47.2% shooting. Head-to-head, the Rockets are 7-3 ATS in the previous 10 games in Dallas, while the under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings overall. The Houston Rockets struggle to prevail in contests. They have dropped 9 of their past 10 games. 7 of the defeats over that time were routs. On the other hand, everyone believes that the Mavericks are the squad that stands out. Except for Doncic, nobody on the squad is performing at a level that they ought to be. They will contend with the Rockets in their lack of drive today. The Mavericks' inability to inspire themselves to perform effectively against the Magic was already evident. Against the Rockets, we can expect the same. Play Houston Rockets plus 10.5. The next match is the match between New York Knicks and Denver Nuggets. The New York Knicks are playing 2 games in a row. They've been in good form overall, winning 4 of their past 7 games, and they'll be hoping to keep it going after outlasting the Jazz on the road to a 118-111 victory. The Denver Nuggets are in excellent form right now, having won 7 of their previous 9 games, and they'll be hungry to keep it up after routing the Bulls 126-103 on the road. The Nuggets have ruled out Ish Smith, Bo Highland, and Nikola Jokic for this game while listing Aaron Gordon as questionable. The Knicks will once again be without Mitchell Robinson. The Knicks are averaging 114.7 points on 45.4% shooting and allowing 116.8 points on 45.4% shooting, while the Nuggets are averaging 116.7 points on 50.1% shooting and allowing 114.4 points on 48.2% shooting. The Denver Nuggets are also playing their best ball of the season right now, but it will be interesting how they manage without their 3-ball handlers. On the other hand, those who can recall the Knicks' most recent triumph against the Nuggets are no longer young. The Nuggets have won their past 9 games overall, and in the last 8 matchups in Denver, they have a 6-2 ATS. I expect a significant decline in the Nuggets' offensive efficiency and transition play. The Knicks might benefit from the Nuggets' poor defense, but this is their 2nd game in a row. Tough match for prediction. Playing New York Knicks and Denver Nuggets under 227.5. The last match for today is the match between Golden State Warriors and Phoenix Suns. The Golden State Warriors have been improving recently, having won 3 of their last 4 games, and they will be anxious to keep their winning ways going after destroying the Spurs by a score of 132-95. The Phoenix Suns, who have dropped 4 of their last 6 games overall, are in a slump and will be looking to avoid losing 3 games in a row after being defeated by the Heat in a road loss of 113-112. The Warriors are entering this matchup with nearly everyone available, although Chris Paul is listed as questionable for the Suns, and Landry Shamet and Cameron Johnson are both out. The Suns are averaging 112.5 points on 46.7% shooting and allowing 105.5 points on 45.2% shooting, while the Warriors are averaging 117.3 points on 47.5% shooting and allowing 120.6 points on 47% shooting. When Chris Paul is injured, the Suns' playing collapses because he is essential to how they play. Coach Williams made an odd choice by relying for the 3rd year in a row only on Chris Paul, a 37-year-old ball handler who is frequently unavailable to play. When Paul is on the floor, the Suns are undoubtedly one of the best teams in the league. The outcome of this matchup depends entirely on whether Paul plays and, if so, if his playing time is restricted. Given the ambiguity, I'll go with the Warriors here, who have been playing better recently. Play Golden State Warriors plus 2. Guys, that would be all. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and newsletter. See you tomorrow.